Hi everyone, I'm Jody. Welcome to my channel and welcome to the video where we are going to talk about stubborn hyperpigmentation. Wouldn't it be nice to walk around without makeup on and feel like your skin is flawless? But as we age, we're getting age spots, freckles, hyperpigmentation. That's the H word of the day. Yes, we can put on a full coverage foundation to cover it. We can put on a tinted moisturizer or in some cases a CC cream if we really need good coverage. But wouldn't it be nice to be able to just go out and enjoy your day with just a sunscreen and a moisturizer and not have to cover up ugly hyperpigmentation? In my case, I think it's very ugly, but I don't like my freckles. And luckily I have found some very effective ways to get rid of not only the freckles, but the dreaded age spots. So if you're looking for ways to treat your hyperpigmentation, you've come to the right spot. Interesting fact, about 80% of you that watch my videos have not yet subscribed. So let me just remind you that little red button that says subscribe, it's completely free. If you like these videos, I give it the 3 rule. If you've watched 3 of my videos, you must like it a little bit enough to hit that subscribe button because you don't want to miss anything that we talk about here, because it is all dedicated to women over 50 who are trying to age beautifully, gracefully, and flawlessly. Although that is getting harder and harder with things wrinkling, creasing, sagging, but we're here to fix it. So if you have hit the subscribe button, thank you and welcome. We love having you be part of our community. Now, in full transparency, this information is for your information only. You always want to vet out information that you get on YouTube. Please vet out information that you get on YouTube. I'm an average 53-year-old who has a professional career background and am very interested in learning about skincare and what works, and more importantly, what doesn't work, so that I don't waste money or time putting products on my face that are just making some big company really rich and not doing anything for my skin. In fact, in some cases, it can actually hurt your skin. I've done a ton of research, including speaking to dermatologists and chemists to see what does our skin really need. And that's the information that I'm gonna give you today. So get out a notebook, get ready to screenshot it, and be sure to share this with your friends that might also have hyperpigmentation. Hydroquinone is a commonly used topical that inhibits melatonin production and lightens dark spots. Now, the hydroquinone is not something that you would typically find in an over-the-counter product. And if you did, it's probably a very small amount. Hydroquinone is one of those agents that you really want to get from a dermatologist, because the amount of hydroquinone and how it is packaged together with tretinoin and often steroids, that mixture is really important and specific to your skin. You also want to be sure that you go on a hydroquinone and come off of it tapered in the very specific directions that a dermatologist gives you. Is it an effective agent when it comes to inhibiting melatonin production and lightening dark spots? Absolutely. But it's not an agent that you want to at whim take it in an over-the-counter product. There's lots of articles about how safe or unsafe hydroquinone is. Dermatologists will often prescribe hydroquinone in what's called a triple combination or Kligman's formula. It contains the hydroquinone, a tretinoin, and a steroid. Hydroquinone isn't unsafe or a bad molecule. In fact, it's very effective when it comes to managing pigmentation. But when it's used incorrectly, you can have very adverse side effects. Hydroquinone has been banned in the European Union. This is one of those products that you should speak to your dermatologist and get a prescription, and then follow their instructions very closely. The next topical is retinoids. Retinoids are very effective at creating cell turnover, helping to fade hyperpigmentation and improve skin's overall texture. Now, when you think of retinoids, underneath the retinoids umbrella, the most common names that we hear is retinol with an O and retinol with an A. Here's the difference. Retinol with an OL at the end takes more time to absorb into your skin, and it's often found in over-the-counter products. Retinol with an A is stronger and absorbs faster into the body, oftentimes leaving you a little bit more red, a little more sensitive, and retinol with an A, because of its strength, is purchased through a prescription. The third topical that you want to be sure you have included in your regimen if you have hyperpigmentation is vitamin C. Vitamin C is a potent antioxidant that brightens the skin and reduces the appearance of dark spots. Now, vitamin C is a type of L-ascorbic acid, and if you have sensitive skin, you want to start out with a low dose of vitamin C, something in the 5 to 10% range. The first thing to think about when it comes to purchasing vitamin C is looking for one that is in a dark bottle, because vitamin C is unstable and should be protected from light. Vitamin C not only helps with cell turnover and brightening the skin, which ultimately helps with hyperpigmentation, it also helps protect protect the skin from harmful UV rays. Vitamin C also has anti-inflammatory properties, making this a gold standard in skincare. I've tried a lot of different vitamin C serums to find the one that works best for my skin. And again, everyone's skin is very different. So look for one that works best for your skin. If you're more sensitive, look for a lower percentage. The one I use is by Banish. This is called Banish Serum. This is you can see it's a black bottle. There is no light getting through this, and it's a clear serum. When your vitamin C starts to turn any type of color other than clear, then that means it is oxidized and it's no longer as effective as it was when you first purchased it. I'll leave this one in a link down below in case you're interested. The reason I like this one from Banish is because it's vegan, it's cruelty-free, it's natural ingredients, it doesn't have any added dyes to it. It's made out of small batches in California, so your ingredients that are all natural are more freshly harvested, and they have a 45-day money-back guarantee. This brand was created by a woman who had bad acne growing up and wanted to find a way to get rid of her acne scars. It's a small company, not a lot of people have heard of them, so if you haven't, I'll leave a link down below so you can learn more. And the fourth topical that helps with hyperpigmentation is alpha hydroxy acid, or AHAs, and beta hydroxy acids, which is BHAs. AHA, BHA, and exfoliating acids like glycolic acid and salicylic acid help remove dead skin cells, revealing brighter, more even toned skin. Using retinoids, vitamin C, and an AHA or BHA can be a very effective power punch for your hyperpigmentation. You want to be sure that you take each one of those three and start with a percentage that will meet your skin and then work up gradually. If you have more sensitive skin, start on the lower percentages. The reason I'm not recommending a product for each one of these steps, because I feel like it would be ill-advised of me to do so. I just want to give you the information so you know what products to look for, and then you can find the one that works best for your unique skin. Whether you have eczema, psoriasis, dry skin, sensitive skin, each of those require a unique customized solution, but including a retinoid, a vitamin C, and an AHA will help you with the hyperpigmentation. Again, just start with the percentage that makes sense for you. So now let's talk about the professional treatments. And like I said, I have had 2 of the 3. And the third one I'm given some thought to. It's been years since I've done either one of these, but the first one and the one I have not done is chemical pills. If you guys have done a chemical pill, please leave that to us in the notes below. I would love to know what you did and what the recovery time was, and if you love the results. I'm looking into it, but I'm not quite there yet because I don't have a ton of hyperpigmentation on my face as much anymore. Because for me, the most effective was an IPL, and we'll get to lasers in a second, but let's talk about the chemical. So chemical peels are a really intense peel that contain products like a glycolic acid or a TCA, which exfoliate the skin and reduce the look of hyperpigmentation. Now you can buy strong glycolic acid and give yourself a chemical peel. I would advise against that, especially if we're talking about our face, because unless you know how your skin is going to react to a strong chemical peel, that to me just sounds like a recipe for disaster, and you can do some damage to your skin that maybe you can't undo. When it comes to glycolic peels, I do like to buy the little pads that are like sometimes 20%, 60%, and I will put those on the back of my hands because I can manage how long that glycolic acid is on the back of my hands, and then I can rinse it off. The Dr. Dennis Gross pads are a really good one for that. I can put those on my hands, on my legs, and then right after about a minute or 2, you wipe your skin with the second pad, which is the neutralizing pad. That I'm comfortable with, but when it comes to a chemical peel on my face, I'm gonna leave that to the professionals. You do what you want, but I would recommend that you leave that to the professionals as well. And if you wanna try it on your own, just Google DIY chemical peels and you'll see what can go wrong. I mean, really, really wrong with your skin. All right, moving on to number 2, and that is lasers. Laser treatments like an IPL or an intense pulse light, I do it about every 2 to 3 years. I gave you a complete tutorial walkthrough on how I did it. I'll link that right here for you so you can see my journey. It takes about a week and a half to heal from that, but it is very effective on lighter to medium skin tones at pulling that pigmentation to the surface. Your age spots and your freckles get darker at first, and then as they come to the surface, they scuff off. You exfoliate it away really lightly. But the key to whether it's a chemical peel or a laser, you have to have sun protection immediately after the procedure, like as you're leaving the doctor's office, and then from there on out. Any of these topicals and professional treatments, they're only as good as your maintenance with protecting these areas with sunscreen. You can also talk to your dermatologist about Fraxel, which is another type of laser. When it comes to Fraxel, there's a variety of different machines and lasers that they can combo use. So if it's more than hyperpigmentation that you want to treat, for example, maybe you want hyperpigmentation and you want to deal with some sagginess, there's a laser for that. There's a Fraxel laser for that. There's also one for hyperpigmentation and some wrinkle improvement. So be sure to talk to your dermatologist about what skin challenges you're having and what you want to address. Most likely there's a laser that can address a combination of the skincare concerns that you have. The third professional treatment is microneedling. If you've never done a professional microneedling, you are in for a treat. The recovery time can be 3 to 4 days where you're really red, and it can be painful, so you want to ask for a numbing cream. But the results from microneedling, which helps stimulate collagen production and enhances the penetration of topical treatments. And in fact, when you go to get microneedling, that is the best time to put on some of these topical ingredients because you have freshly made little holes into your face that is not only helping to stimulate the growth of collagen, but it's allowing those topicals to sink deeper into your skin. Now, I've talked about microneedling here on my channel. I get a professional microneedling process done about every 2 years. Just when I start to feel like my skin is a little bit more saggy, that's when I will have a professional microneedle where they will determine how deep the needles go in, how many needles go in, and they determine how fast they move the needle. If you've never done microneedling, again, I really recommend you go to a professional for this treatment because you are at a higher risk for an infection because you are poking thousands of little tiny holes into your face. And if your face is not completely clean and sanitized, and if the needles that you're using are not completely clean and sanitized, it can be a really bad outcome. And I would just not recommend that you do it yourself. Now, in addition to topicals and professional treatments, you want to make sure that you are maintaining a regular skincare regimen to help with hyperpigmentation. You want to establish and maintain a consistent skincare routine that's tailored to your skin type and your specific concerns. You want to make sure that that routine contains a gentle cleanser, a good way to hydrate your skin, aka a moisturizer, and then your hyperpigmentation topicals. And last but not least, make sure that you have patience with this process. If you're gonna go the topical route, you can expect to see results from lighter age spots, lightening of the skin in oftentimes 6 to 8 weeks, depending on how strong the topical is and how often you use it. Your dermatologist can give you a more fine-tuned time frame of when to look for results. When it comes to the professional treatments, those are often immediate, within a few weeks after your healing time. No matter which method you choose when it comes to treating your hyperpigmentation, sun protection is by far the most important thing. I made the mistake of having an IPL and then not using sunscreen every single day. And within about 6 months, I saw some of those spots not only return, but they were darker than they were before. So think about it as just like a diet. If you stop eating a certain way, you lose the weight, and then you go back to your old habits, the weight comes back on, sometimes worse than it was before. Same is true with these professional treatments for hyperpigmentation and the use or non-use of sun protection. So be sure that you get a good sunscreen. Now, if you don't have a good sunscreen that you like to use, I'll leave the one that I use linked down below. It's by La Roche-Posay. I've used it for years and years and years. It's no surprise to those of you that have watched my channel. I talk about it a lot, but it's because it helps keep my skin protected from the harmful rays. And I know it's working because I'm not getting the freckling again once I do an IPL, get rid of the dark spots, age spots, freckling, and I start from a very neutral, freckle-free canvas. And that sunscreen helps me maintain that freckle-free canvas. Freckle-free canvas. That's what I'm going for, freckle-free canvas. All right, you guys, that does it for me today. I hope this was helpful information. I know a lot of times I like to give you recommended product suggestions. In this case, it's not a one-size-fits-all. Sure, we can all talk about a good foundation that's full coverage, that covers the hyperpigmentation, but we don't want to walk around with full coverage makeup on all the time. So this should help you get rid of some of those age spots where you do want to walk around without makeup more often. That does it for me. I will see you guys in just a couple days. Until then, have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.